So if it isn't painfully obvious, this is Mewgenics. It's the new game made by Tyler Glale and Edmund McMillan. If you don't know who they are, if you've ever heard of Super Meat Boy or the bigger one for me, Binding of Isaac, this is their newest game. It's another roguelike title with a lot of, kind of D&D mechanics while also being a tactical RPG kind of game. It's very strange, and you have to breed cats over and over to kind of go through different acts. And, well, let's just get ready. Let's just show you. Let me just show you. This last 14%, let me tell you, is something. I've been maybe at 80% plus for the last like 50 hours. Okay, so this looks a little hectic, but this is my house. This is also where you see all of your cats that you will be taking on adventures or throwing away or giving away or, sending them to their forever home, whatever happens to them. I'm going to be explaining bit by bit what everything is, but the breeding in this game is super intense. Right now I have a giant amount of cats who I am... How did you get in here? Yeah, you're not supposed to... Oh god, yeah, there's a problem in here. There's definitely a problem in here. This is the move that I'm trying to make sure every single cat I have has. So when they have moves like that, I gotta prune them and get rid of them. So let's see. I just saw you. There you go. See, Clotilde, you're going. I have 78 cats. I've seen people upwards of 100 cats in their house, or even more. Day by day, every single time you have all this food that you get from adventures, or you can purchase it, but usually adventures are the main way. You actually have to feed them, or else they'll end up weak and not be able to like fight for you. Let's see. You can pick up cats, and depending on whether they're injured, dead, old, or a baby, mutated, or retired, you can send them to all these different NPCs, and they'll give you stuff. Like Dr. Beanies will give you missions, or Tracy will give you, she's the shopkeeper, so she can give you different discounts on new items, as well as special items, like these totems. When you're building, you want to have all this furniture. So each thing will have comfort, appeal, let's see, mutation, health. Am I missing one? I think that's it. Comfort, appeal, mutation, and health. Health makes it so they might heal if they have an injury. Mutation obviously makes them mutate. So if you have some inbreeding going on and they have a bad mutation, you pop them in a mutation room like this. I have a ton of different items that have mutation. And they will kind of mutate that out and get a better thing instead of having a low roll. A lot of those items also have something like low appeal or low health, or let me see, minus comfort. Comfort makes it so your cats will breed if you have a higher comfort level. If they have a 2 of a low comfort level like this, they will actually, one, not breed, but also fight slash also kill their own, your own other cats. So you kind of got to worry about that. This one is a room I've specifically made for cats to fight, so I can send them to Baby Jack, who will give you better furniture if you send him injured cats. But I've got a whole bunch of stuff that has minus comfort. As you can see here, I'm at minus 56. The more cats you have in a room, the less comfort that you will have as well. The last big one is stimulation. That little yarn picture. There we go. The little yarn picture right here is stimulation. This will affect the quality of the cats. So if you have a cat with like a 7 in this stat and a cat with this 7 in this stat, it'll be more likely that they'll have both 7s instead of just one. That, or even better abilities and stuff compared to like if you have a cat with uncollared ability, it'll be more likely to have a special one that you bred for this one, you know? But it's very intricate. It's very Tetris-like. There's a bunch of stuff like this. Like, you got to figure out how to fit everything. Like, these guys, it wasn't really going to... I wasn't even able to fit more mutation in here until I got this little Tetris block, popped it here, and then let them lay on top. So you kind of have to figure out how to min-max all of the space that you can. So I really love seeing a lot of these. I saw one person, he has like a full Tetris room. I kind of want to do that. I don't know how good that is, but I mean, it's really fun. It's really cool. I have my mutation room, my healing room, which doesn't really, I don't use it very much because I usually just send my injured cats away. But I have like a simple like like a little simple comfort room, and then I have my main breeding room. So usually the way I do it is I'm trying to breed Fist of Fate. So if they have Fist of Fate and they have a inbreeding like effect, I pop them in here. Once they get rid of it and they fix it, I pop them back up here. If they breed with something different, I'll either send the babies off to Tink, which gives me money, or I'll pop them in here so they'll fight, and then I can send them to Baby Jack and get more stuff. So, kind of understand? So right now we're going to go ahead and pick a cat that doesn't have anything too bad. This might be the one. Vernet. So we're doing our solo run, which basically means we only pick one cat. Adjacent movement. Yeah, you might be the one. That's pretty... Oh god, I gotta end the day. Okay, well, I guess you get to see this. So let's send you away. End of the day, because I just did a mission, I guess. Last time I played. Or an adventure. So there's a bunch of different breeding. I have it on random. There's a bunch of different breeding little animations. Way too many. From that, little kisses, deliveries. As you can see, over the night, a bunch of them will fight because I have a crazy low comfort level in that room. So they'll either die or get injured. They can get diseases such as toxoplasmosis, mutations like a upside down head, horns, wings, so on. And they'll either be good or bad. Usually the good is good, and then the bad is also semi-good. Except for like stuff like this. I don't really care about toxoplasmosis. It's not bad enough that we would get rid of him. So in this situation, he's got 0, so we'll put him up there. But like, let's see, like birth defects. If he's got 1 birth defect, if he mutates that out, I'll have 10 mutations, and all of these mutations so far look good. This is gonna be a really good cat once he gets that out. Like you as well. Mouth birth defect, can't eat food. Usually sucks. I mean, it's not too bad. He's not too bad, but you can also get things like these. Necrosis, +2 strength, +2 health. I mean, there's the silver lining, but also when you take damage, you get -1 health and -1 strength and spawn poisoned food. Not great, you know? Or +2 bruise, +2 bleed thorns, and +2 thorns. When I'm down, you get injured twice. Not horrible, because, usually you don't want to get downed, but if you do get downed, that sucks. That sucks. So just to quickly show, usually I'll go ahead and send my kittens over to Tink. You're pretty good. You don't have any good skills, though. He's pretty strong, though. I'm sending my kittens over to Tink. Usually you have to clean after your cats. So like there'll be poops that you like this one. I sometimes clean this one out. I don't really have to. Because, oh, you're pretty good. Because if I, speed, I don't really care. I don't really care about speed with my Fist of Fate runs. It ruins comfort. It gets minus comfort if there's poops in the room. And I want minus comfort in this room, so... But stuff like this room, boom, boom, it went from -3 to 1. So let's see. And then this one is at 3. Now it's at 5. -9. I have to get rid of a ton of kittens. So let's see. Oh gosh, I have way too many cats now. It's becoming a problem. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and find the right cat. Oh, I guess we'll kind of see this. I'm going to skip through this, but he's going to give me 25 bucks because I helped him out with the kitten. Let's find a decent cat to run a mission with. Will it be you? Health regeneration. If you're wet, gain +1 chart. This one's pretty cool. He's pretty interesting. I want to find someone with something decent. Start each battle bleeding. Gain 1 charge each time you take damage. Basic attack has wind element. You know what? This is our guy. This is Hina. We're going to go in a single run. I'll deal with the rest of this later, so you guys don't have to deal with that. So, to kind of put things into perspective, there are, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? 13 classes. Plus, eventually you can unlock 3 separate blank collars, which will allow you to have duplicates of your classes. So, and these are completely random. They won't be the same every single time. Sometimes you might be able to get 4 hunters or 4 thieves, or maybe you'll have 2 of them be a thief and then 1 of them be a necromancer, or, you know. And so that kind of shows every run, just like as, you know, roguelike function, will be different. The marks are very special as well. You can see right beside my cursor. Hard mode gives you that slash, but you can see, like, I have, on normal mode, I have all of the marks on this fighter, all of them on him, and you can kind of see that really good progression. You also have solo marks down there, which is a little check mark, and every single one of them gives you new stuff, by the way. So this game lasts forever. Like, I didn't think the solo marks did anything. I thought it was just a, you know, a little badge that I could get, so I wanted it. I unlocked Duplicate Kitty, I think it was called, last night, and I was like, okay, now I have to do this stuff right away. So it's become my new goal. But let's go ahead and get right into it. So obviously, you know, we have our mutations that we've bred into this cat. He's got a high intelligence, high charisma, high strength, high dexterity, constitution isn't bad, and a decent speed. And a decent luck. Luck obviously is going to affect all of our regular stuff. We're going to get better pulls, more better items, this and that with the higher luck. Charisma is how much starting mana we have, how far we can move. Intelligence affects how much mana we get every single turn. Constitution is obviously our health. It's, I think, plus, what, 4 per constitution? No. It's, I can't remember how much it is. Yeah, I think it's plus 4 per constitution. Starting off at least. Dexterity is obviously our ranged attack, so we'll get higher attack and more range for certain moves. And then strength is our melee strength, obviously, and slash ability damage. When you pick your classes, each one will have their different crazy moves. And then obviously there is the collarless class, which is probably the hardest one. If I had to say, because you don't get those special, like, breeding moves. You don't get, like, a cool necromancer stuff. You get really fairly lame things unless you get some cool stuff, like, especially we're breeded with Fist of Fate. So this can be really good really fast. Oh, the cats are running around. I also have Loot Hoarder, which makes it so I automatically collect all the pickups at the end of the battle. This is really good for getting money, especially when you're a solo run, because as a solo, you're not really going to be breaking bodies doing this and that, you know? So let's go ahead and lock in. Move on to the next portion. Before every match, every single time you go out and do some stuff, you hoard a bunch of items. And this is going to show you your crazy stuff. So let's see. This is where half of your synergy is going to go. You also get, obviously, your abilities. So let's see. Destroy a corpse, then this spell becomes a random necromancer spell permanently. This could be cool. This is a completely random thing. All we know is this is going to be a spell that a necromancer would get. So it doesn't have to be a collarless ability. Strength in numbers. Your familiars have +1 damage for each familiar you have. Huh. So let's see. I just got this. Let's see if I can find something semi-cool. But this one's fun because it starts with a Charm Pinky, Charm Pinky, Charm Pinky, so that's 3, and then +2 Charm Rats. That's going to be +5 damage for all of our familiars because of this. So automatically we have our first synergy in this game. Let's see. You know, that's cool. Let's lock it in and run it. So we're going to go Act 1 hard because I'm trying to get the spider. We're going to get the spider route. So it starts off as a board. You got to go all the way across with each one of these regular skulls being your classic, you know, regular encounters. Oh, my God. I have a weird, I'm using crossover on my Mac, so sometimes I have some issues that I come across. Wait. Oh God, no. That's actually not bad. Okay. Short lob shot. I thought we had a melee attack. I think I'm tripping. I could have sworn we had a melee attack. But short lob shot isn't horrible. It just means we have to scale with range instead. Okay, see that +4 damage is big. These pinkies aren't going to do anything, but the rats, they should be able to tank a good amount of stuff. There goes our little bonuses. And we got a bee stinger. What the heck is that? So every level up, you'll get 4 options, whether it's a new passive, an upgrade to one of your actives or passives, or a new, obviously new passive as well. And later on, you can get upgrades to strength, dexterity, you know, your stats. It'll basically say, do you want +2 this, +2 this, +2 this, or +2 this? We don't really care about any of these. I'll heal 10 HP for 5 coins because I don't really care about money on this run. So you always want to think about those synergies. Hina finds a large mound of poop. Hina covers her nose with her paw to keep herself from gagging at the smell. So these will kind of have these D&D effects all the time where, let's see, if we destroy it, we've got a 9. If we eat it, we've got a 7, so it's not going to be as good. Or examine it, we've got a 12, which will be our best one. So you kind of want to usually gravitate towards the ones that are going to be a little better. In this situation, if we destroy it, usually you can get like coins or something, which I think I'll go with. But if you want it like an item, I could probably get an item after examining it. We're probably going to get coins. Okay, we got a bad roll. Hina got stinky, which works for us, honestly. Adjacent units move away at the start of their turn. So if I'm next to someone at the end of my turn, they'll move away from me. So that's pretty decent in our situation. But I think because we have knockback, that probably won't happen very often. There are also these chests all around the room. They will give you new items. So lead helmet, we're not going to be using, but it would give us +6 armor. So you would damage that instead of your health, and then -1 speed. So a lot of those upsides come with a little bit of a downside, but a lot of those downsides also do come with a good bit of an upside. The purple ones are these bosses. This is a mini boss. Magnus is doable. He's probably not the worst one we could have. But I mean, he's not amazing for our situation right now. Boom. There's also a lot of special tiles like this tall grass, which makes us dodge, 50% of the chance? Yeah. We get a 50% chance to dodge whenever we're in tall grass. There's also stuff like flowers, water, each with their own different effects. See? We missed. All right, let's see if we can get a crit, please. You're also seeing here as well, my Fist of Fate uses my basic attack, which has wind element and knockback 1. Whenever you knock back enemies into walls, such as like stuff like this, or you can also knock stuff like giant rocks or boulders into enemies, it will also deal damage to them as well. So you can kind of figure out the lay of the land and figure out what kind of works for you in that sense. Okay, this is more like it. Let's see. I'm really pressed that this is short lob shot. If it was a melee attack, we could have really stacked strength and went crazy. But dexterity doesn't really work that well with that. We're gonna go up range anyway, to bring up that attack, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just going to suck a little bit more with the later bosses. Okay, so I completely forgot to mention, each, we'll say floor, each floor for each act has a branching path where you can go the normal route or you can go the hard route. If you go the normal route, it has one less fight. The fights aren't as hard. The hard ones give you enemies with bigger bonuses. Each one will have an extra enemy, or at least one enemy that has double health and like double everything pretty much. But you get better rewards. Obviously, one on top of, you know, getting more fights, that also means more level ups. So instead of leveling up twice, we'll level up 3 times because we went down this path. You also get better items. Let's go. Okay, so this is what we've been waiting for. Because we're a solo run, we get our first upgrade super fast. Which obviously we're going to be going for Fist of Fate because that's what my whole run is about. But this makes it so I teleport next to random enemy and then switch to melee stand. Okay, basically I was going to read the whole thing, and it makes more sense if I just tell you. I will teleport to random enemies in the room. Unless there's only one, then I'll just keep teleporting around that enemy, and every single time I teleport, I will do my basic attack, which does 8 damage unless I'm behind them or it does a crit. And it will keep stacking with luck. So when I do the upgraded version, it'll teleport multiple times. It's a random amount, but with luck, it has a better chance to be a high amount. So it can get up to, like, I've seen it go up to 10 times with like 15 luck. So we're on our way. Oh god. Hina discovers an old window. A shiny lattice of cracks spreads across the glass panes like a fragile patchwork of tiny mirrors. Let's go ahead and examine it. What could be the problem? Hey, Hina examines the window, finds a latch, and pulls the window open. She jumps into the room and discovers a stealthy route to the next battle. I got perks. So we got some Percocet and stuff like this. Now we have a... I think we attack first, and then we get to have a second turn before they even get to do anything. And this is at the first boss. So that's quite nice. Perks. Ooh. Yeah. Usually you want to also check your like items every once in a while that you get, because you will get a bunch of them. Every floor you get a shop, unless you get a special circumstance with one of the different like events, but you'll get a shop where you can buy a couple items. Always buy the rare candy. I know it can be expensive sometimes, but the rare candy is super worth it because obviously that's another level up. Let's see. So you and your familiars have +1 damage for each other familiar you have. This is why we kept it. Okay, see this? So now because we have this, we have 5 familiars. That's +5, or I guess technically plus. I think it's +4. I think it's +4. We have +4 damage. So instead of 8, it's 12 damage. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's, you know, Yeah, we're taking that. Okay, so this is our first boss. So a couple things about these. Obviously, it's going to be a big hurdle for a lot of people. But the big thing I wanted to talk about is the music in this game. There is a crazy amount of music in this game, especially because, what's it called? The game has like regular, like OST music where it'll take you through and you'll hear like bow, 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 kind of stuff like that, standard stuff. But this game also, whenever you get into a boss, will turn those into fully like sung, like lyrical, full-on music. And there's so much, and they're all so good. I love it. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. He kind of sucks. I might have to heal, which I have a ton of coins because of our skill. So I do not mind doing that. Especially because it's no mana. But see, this one has Brace 4. I guess we can also talk about the status effects. He has Brace 4, which makes it so if I deal 8 damage, instead of 8, it turns into 4 damage. There's also the opposite of that, which is Bruise. So if he has Bruise 4, it'll deal 12 damage instead of 8. He also has Poison 12, which I believe makes it so he, at the end of the turn, or at the start of each of its turns, okay, so next time he does this, he'll take 12 damage, so I just need to deal 12 more, and he should just die. Yeah, he's dead unless I kill him even sooner, which I did. Yeah, so, I mean, we got through the first boss. Let's see what we get now. Usually they reward you with a couple extra items and obviously another level up. So we're going to go down through the sewers. Every single stage, or every single act, there's 3 acts, with probably more to come, have their own branching paths. And you can actually leave mid-run. If you are struggling and you are sitting here and like all of your cats are super low and you don't think you're going to make it back and like lose all your stuff, you can actually head home right away and just start over, go on to the next run and not lose everything. So I really like that because a lot of runs, especially because there is an RNG aspect to some of it, a good amount of it, obviously. If you feel like you're hopeless, just dip, Now that we're here, I want to talk about the different variety of enemies in this game. Mewgenics has 3 different stages with each of them having 2 branching paths. So let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3 plus 6. That's 9 different kind of floors that we have, all with their own different variety of enemies. See this? We did this in two attacks. But this one we have like spewers. We have these little farting guys. When you attack them, they fart. Okay, we're gonna get Hoarder Plus because it's just gonna give us more drops. So with that, you're constantly having to sit down and look at everything that these enemies might do. Whether it's something like, okay, you see them, you've never seen them before. You want to figure out what it is. You can actually hover over them and it'll tell you exactly what they do, down to how much health, how much damage they deal, how far they move, their luck, their ability, where these fetus gushers, they shoot water in a straight line. So he'll go, he has the ability to go 1, 2, 3. So he could go all the way over here and figure out. You also have a tactical view. If things are if you have like big enemies in the way and you can't really see everything, if you click the wheel, or the scroll wheel, you can actually get into this tactical view, see where everyone's specifically facing. If for some reason you can't really like tell, like if you see him like this and for some reason you can't tell that he's facing this way, you see this and okay, I know he's going here. Now I know all these enemies are on the board. You can kind of tell everything. We can also talk about the birds. The birds in this game are very important. Birds of all kinds, they'll spawn in every stage. They'll give a stat up to whoever kills it or whatever kills it. So it's not always going to be you. Sometimes it's the enemies. The enemies can kill it, and that gives it all stats up. So that's all stats up to strength, health, endurance, everything. I was going to say endurance. That's not a thing. But you do have to be mindful of that, especially with it being such a tactical game. You have to figure out where you really want to put everyone. Another topic I wanted to bring up about this title is kind of cool. It's the amount of meowers that they have in this game, or cameos. They have people like, if you've ever heard of Tazon Day, I thought it was super funny that they added him, because why, you know? Not saying like they shouldn't have added him. I just thought it was really funny because like, where did they think of that? Or you know, the lead singer from what, Weezer, I think that's what it was. They've got over 100 different people doing meows. I kind of mentioned it earlier, but throughout these runs you'll get money. In the hard areas, I didn't really talk about this earlier. In the hard areas, you can get stuff like these furniture boxes, or sometimes they're going to be little bags of money. The max that you can bring back home is 99 coins. But if you bring these, they're bags of money from the hard modes, you'll be able to get up to, what, $300 or coins back in one run. Because sometimes they can have a lot of money, especially in the later acts. The furniture boxes are just a random piece of furniture. Later acts, you can get rare furniture from them, which are even better, which eventually that's what I got to fill up my entire thing of. It's just I'm trying to get all the marks in Act 1 right now, so it's taking a while. I want to talk about the art style in this game as well. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very, you know, Edmund. It's very simple, plain, cartoony. But this game has really smooth animation. Like, you'll kind of see them move around. And with their animations, there are a ton of them. Whereas, like, I'm teleporting all over the place, so you're not really seeing a very specific set. Oh, there's a crit. There are a ton of animations for a ton of moves. A lot of which I still have yet to unlock. And I'm, like I said, 200 hours in. I guess like 205 at this point. Charisma. Yeah. There is a, you know, linear story mode, unlike, you know, Binding of Isaac, where, that only did one. Unlike Binding of Isaac, where there is a story mode, but it's very, you know, straight, do this, do this, do this, and now you kind of get a little bit of an answer. This game is super linear. Throughout the acts, it'll explain this and this and this. You'll do this mission, it'll give you this part. You'll do this mission, it'll give you this part, and it will tell you everything. You don't have to sit there and interpret what you think really is going on, which I do really appreciate, because, I mean, as a big fan of Binding of Isaac, I hate not knowing what is actually happening, you know? Please. I was going to say, please proc more than once. There we go. Hey, that's what I wanted. And the story mode is very fun. The Edmund humor is there. Let's see. Yeah, we go luck up. We have 44 health right now. Luck is... Yeah, that's easy. It's got the Edmund humor, so there's a lot of potty humor, some poop jokes, booger jokes in there. So if you're not a big fan of that, I mean, you might not think it's the most hilarious thing, but there are also stuff like, let's see, Hina finds a strange lump of pulsating meat hanging down from the ceiling. Maybe it leaked through from another floor. Let's see what happens if we kiss the meat. Hina licks the meat, swallowing the moist juices from the outside of the flesh. Her body mutates. Jesus. Okay, well, see? Stuff like that. Oh, this is one of those bags I was talking about. We got a money bag. This is probably like 25 bucks. It's nothing crazy. 50. That's not bad. Oh, no. Wait, sludge necklace. This could mess up our synergy. We'll have to reevaluate. Okay, so so I also wanted to talk about the progression in this game. The progression in this game is very, very nice. Everything you do has an unlock, and with every unlock, it does make you feel like you're constantly getting more and more things. It's super fun to play because of that. I think that's one of the main reasons I have drained so many hours into this game. Oh gosh. Just like this. Just this one run will unlock, let's see, I can't see it right now. Will unlock that one thing and give me a, once I beat this boss, it will give me a new ability, I think. Oh god. Just in case. Oh god. Okay. So I don't recommend this. This is called a save scum. This is called a save scum. I'm not doing that. Well, I mean, you can do it. A fun thing that I wanted to show off as well, which I wasn't sure if I was going to have to, but if you save scum, Steven will appear and he will basically tell you, you can do it once. You can do it once per game or per run. But after that, he'll start giving your cats little problems. Okay. It's fine. It's okay. He keeps, oh my gosh, he spawns so many of these guys though. If I had the variation where it wasn't a range shot, I would have been able to do so much more damage at this point. Okay, that's a bunch of them. Okay. Do this twice. Please, RNG. Give me this. Okay. Okay, we're at least taking care of these guys. Oh god. Okay. He's not super pissed off though, so he might run off at his second turn. Come on. Don't spawn them. That's... Yes! Don't damage me here. If he doesn't damage me here... Oh my god. Thank you. This is literally the... Yeah, this is the win. Okay. Oh, nah. Okay, he's dead. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and head home after that, because that's the one we needed. That's the one we needed. Okay, this one doesn't so much matter, but now we can head home. We don't have to do the throbbing domain right now. If you guys want to see more of that, definitely leave a like, subscribe, and comment telling me who you want to see next. Another final thing I wanted to talk about in this video about my review is one, the price, and my final number, my final rating. I personally recommend this game for anybody who likes the roguelike genre, anybody who likes tactical RPGs. If you don't like tactical RPGs and you want to try something out, I didn't like them. I used to hate them. I love this game. If you've played Binding of Isaac and thought, you know, I need more of that, this is it. This is it. It doesn't look like it, but this is it. I was 100 or the 100. I was 100% drawn in by how much there is to this. The synergies are insane. You're constantly having to, you know, it's not kind of like Binding of Isaac where, you know, you're constantly moving and you have to use your brain like the entire time. You still have to think like crazy. Even in situations like this, like I got to figure out what I want to keep, what I want to like leave. I have to throw away some stuff, and not everything is like trash, obviously. But there are some things that I'd like to keep. I guess that's it. The game is $30. The game is $30. I think that's more than, you know, worth it. I think that's more than worth it for the amount of gameplay you get out of this game. Like, let's see. I am at 205 hours. $30 is fully worth it. This is my first 10 out of 10 of the year. Technically, I did give Resident Evil a 10 out of 10, I think. But Hina's going to go up here, and he's going to breed until he can't anymore. But this game did come out first, and I did enjoy this. This is probably, so far, my game of the year. I absolutely love this game. I don't even think I have anything like particularly negative to say about it. Even in situations like this where my house is hectic, I just wish there was more. You know, I wish there was even more I could do, even though there's so much that I can do, you know? And it's insane. And the fact that they're already working on DLCs to come, they're working on, I believe I saw a thing that said that they have a small DLC coming with 4 more classes and like 300 items. I could be making that up, but that's what I heard. I also saw that after that, they have a big DLC coming, but they haven't said what that is. But if the small DLC has 4 classes and all those items, I'm scared to see how big of a DLC a actual big DLC actually is. I think it's probably going to be another act, which I'll fully take it. I will fully take it. That's what, another 100 hours of gameplay. But I absolutely am in love with this game. I do recommend that you do play this game. I hope you have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.